Stop scrolling and look at the receipts. You aren't here for the plot. You're here because you've been swayed by a poreless facade. This show is a retail swindle, using arsony luxury textures to mask a sequence that has the structural integrity of a wet paper towel. You're being sold an aggressive recruitment model as a romance, and you're falling for it because the saturation is high. Frame your engagement for what it is: a weakness. You're letting the production bypass your brain by dangling a shiny object in front of your face. Why are you still watching this? Are you that desperate for a fix of tired tropes? Or can you actually handle a vibe check on this discount Ben sequence? Stick around, because at the 30-second mark, we're going to talk about that 10 million baht bribe that the show wants you to think is just a misunderstanding when it's actually a total fraud. The waste management check is a hit to your dignity. They gave us half an episode of thieves staring into the middle distance like an unresponsive touchscreen, but barely 3 seconds of actual plot progression. This isn't storytelling. It's an expensive contract for industrial runoff. Look at the data. We spent an entire segment watching Peach Grill barbecue, while Thea sat there like a warehouse decoy. The imbalance is a joke. They trade 5 minutes of environmental kidnapping, where Thea buys a whole restaurant just to force a conversation, for 0 actual character growth. It's a junk drawer of a plot. You're being charged a time tax for the scene where Thea rushes to see Peach, only for the narrative payoff to have the energy of a dropped call. They're stealing your time and calling it a stalled engine. Let's talk about the counterfeit inventory check, because the body over brain strategy is the only thing keeping this project off the liquidation shelf. One lead is being used as a total visual decoy. We get endless tight close-ups of smirks to distract you from a script that has the complexity of a dial tone. It's static display talent. When Thea finally apologized, it wasn't a character moment. It was an assembly line glitch of a soap opera he watched 5 minutes ago. The lead isn't playing a character, he's playing a mood board. This is counterfeit emotion. You're watching a relationship bot designed for a 100% success rate, not a human being. The one and only nickname isn't romantic. It's a totalitarian brand expansion. If you can't see the contractual glitch, you're the mark. The inventory leak reveals the visual void of this luxury world. This arsony brand is supposed to be a global powerhouse, but the wrap party had the energy of a mismatched socket set. It's empty scale at its finest. High stakes, please. The Hong Kong Mafia threat feels like a password-protected PDF from an ex-employee. Annoying, but ultimately empty. We see unpopulated rooms and isolated sets that the high saturation is meant to distract from. Look at the staging of Mock's role. He's ordered to sit exactly 1 meter away while they eat. This isn't security, it's mandated voyeurism. The production uses this forced isolation to avoid populating the world with actual extras, leaving the leads in a narrative vacuum. It's a ghost town aesthetic hiding behind a 10 million baht lie. If you're still here and you haven't realized that, the IE is basically programming Peach with AI and soap opera lines. You've failed the taste test. But if you're new and you're starting to see the swindle, hit subscribe. Proving you aren't falling for the surface-level diversion is the only way to save your intelligence. Are you a casual viewer, or are you ready to audit the industry's mess? The structural audit is just an artificial conflict. Scripted proximity, repeat loop, it's a psychological trap. The most jarring narrative failure is when Thea knelt in front of Peach instead of apologizing and started reciting lines from a soap opera. It's giving technical glitch in a romantic simulation. He isn't sorry. He's just mimicking growth to bypass Peach's defenses. It's emotional cyber grooming. The show frames it as fate, but it's just a hostile annexation of agency. If you keep accepting this, You are the reason the industry standards are buried in the floorboards. If you think the one and only is a cute nickname instead of a systemic elimination of Peach's autonomy, you're the problem. You are accepting aesthetic flair as a substitute for substance, and that's why the quality stays in the markdown rack. Subscribe to prove you've passed the high-tier vibe audit. Mic drop.